Hello, everybody. It's stream night.
Okay.
Oh, man. Why is AC not running? Because I have to restart Steam again.
Skins checked, nothing new, carry on.
Steam is being weird. I'm having to bounce it every time I exit the game. So that's fun. For certain values of fun. Hey, everybody. It's, standard fare for trying to get this game to run these days, I guess. But yeah, tonight running both the Abarth and the SEAT races, and both are at Okayama. So we're going to jump right in here, I hope. We're going to get the skins downloaded. We're going to watch the shaders freak out. And then we're going to get restarted, and then hopefully we'll get into the race here.
Your skin is okay.
I have no setups. I have nothing. But it's a set, it's a fixed race.
Skins checked, nothing new.
Oh,
carry
good.
on.
I don't have to restart because there are no extra skins. Awesome. Well, here we are. It's Okayama. The Abarth race is doing the Piper circuit, and the SEAT race later is doing the full circuit. But let's see. I'm going to check on the stream briefly. How's this doing? Hey, cool. I'm going to mute that because I don't want echo. But yeah, cool. Everything's working. Let's get some practice before everything shuts down here. Lights on.
Its exit looks clear.
This is interesting. There must be another big race going on at the same time slot because there are only 8 people here, which is great because that means I will get a top 8 finish, and that will help immensely in the points. So this is a pretty darn lucky result already. I can't do worse than 8th.
That's the end of the session. P3.
I've done some practice here. Let's see who's in there. Luke and Mark are both here. They're going to be fast. They've been consistently great so far. Back to the pits. Alright, so 22 liters. I'm getting just under a liter a lap, I think, so... and pace seems to be about a minute. Sylvia with a 101. I've been getting 103s relatively consistently, so I'm pretty hopeful for this. Let's go back to here. Let's go, like, I guess 12 laps or something on there. I don't think I can adjust anything, so we'll just go with what we've got. Yeah, cool. Stream's working. Game's working. Everything's working. Let's have some fun out here.
Looks like you're clear on the pit exit. We have 9 minutes to get a decent lap in.
Thank you, Jim. Just hope people are giving room here. I don't expect to catch Luke. Gotta remember that SRS is set up to be harder on the first lap anyway. I just hope this doesn't turn into a wreck fest because I really need
Just done a 111.5.
I really need this to be clean because that'll be a huge boost in points. I got so lucky with this. I mean, it's a little bit boring sometimes to be in a race with only 8 people, but at the same time,
P4.
it'll be nice to have a guaranteed good result. As long as I don't get smashed into too much. Luke is driving away from me, but I don't really care. Nor am I surprised. I mean... Oh, that's not the break point.
The leader has just done a 101.8.
I think the grip settings are better than what I was doing in practice. It seems that the Seoul clear weather is not quite as nice, I guess, as in terms of driving condition,
Off the pace. That last lap was
as the
103.8.
standard clear, because I'm already
On your left, clear left.
doing better than I was in practice before I started streaming. I still need to figure out exactly what the track setup is on SRS so I can mimic it better in my own practice sessions. Little drifto there through Hobbs Corner. Is
The
the
leader has just done a 101.5.
woof. So everybody's better than me, that's fine. Don't really care.
Good lap. That's your best in the session. That puts you 1.9 seconds off the leader's pace. That lap was a 103.4 P6.
Get my head in the game here.
Yellow flag. Keep your wits about you, mate.
Still fighting off a bit of a cold, so apologize if I uncontrollably hack away into the microphone later.
Sector 1 is 1.4 off the pace.
Well, I guess that's where I'm losing all the time.
10 minutes of fuel remaining. That's your best lap in this session. You're currently 1.6 off the pace. You've just done a 103.1. Five minutes to go, 5 minutes left. Sector 1 is 1.2 off the pace. Your rear tyres are cold. The leader has just done a 101.5. The leader's just done a 101.4.
Ooh, that's working out.
That's your quickest lap in this session. You've just done a 102.5 P4.
That's getting better.
Sector 1 is 0.9 off the pace. The leader has just done a 101.2.
It's a good thing Okayama is a pretty fun circuit because it would be really the pits if
That's your
we were stuck
fastest
here all
lap.
night
You're
and
now 1.2 seconds off the leader's pace.
it
That
wasn't
was
fun.
102.3 P5.
Yeah, lost it again there. Made up the time.
You've used half your fuel. Sector 1 is 1.3 off the pace. The leader has just done a 101.0.
He's down into a minute. I got a purple sector though. And then messed up that corner because I was coughing. Lungs full of junk right now. Not so fun.
That puts you 1.7 seconds off the pace. Your last lap time was at 102.7. Just 2 minutes left, 2 minutes to go.
That was better. Just keep whittling away.
Sector 1 is 1.1 seconds off the pace.
Well, at least I know where I'm losing all my time.
That's your quickest lap in this session. You're currently 1.2 seconds off the pace. Your lap time was 102.2. We estimate you've got 5 minutes of fuel remaining.
You're a little bit more aggressive for the braking here.
The leader's just done a 100.7.
Under 102. There we go.
That's your best
Awesome.
lap in the session. You're now 1.1 off the leader's pace. That lap time was 101.8 P4. Checkered flag P4.
Right in the middle of the pack of 8.
Sector 1 is 1.1 seconds off the pace. Your rears are cold, your left front's hot.
Well,
That's your fastest lap today.
hope those incidents don't count, Luke.
Left side. Clear left.
This lap's been invalidated. Watch those track limits.
No,
That's
it's
the end
okay,
of the
Jim.
session. P4.
It's the end of the session, so I'm not worried, buddy. It's all good. It's race time. Cool. This is going to be alright, I think. Let's get back to
P4,
fuel.
20 minutes.
I'm going to go 21 laps. Good enough. Everything else is pretty much unchangeable, so might as well go ahead and save that. SRS fixed. 20 min. Boop. Get it the car. Alright, well. Uh-oh, who's in the chat? Chuck, hey, what's up? Yeah. Jim gets a little crazy sometimes. We'll see how this goes. See if we can make Jim happy here.
Get ready, mate.
Whee! Boop, 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 boop. This is gonna be good. Guaranteed 8th place, so, you know, we'll see how this goes.
Green, let's go, let's go.
Alright, my goodness. What did you put in your coffee this morning, Jim?
3 wide, you're on the right.
Uh-oh.
Hold your line. Car left. Clear left.
Managed to keep it clean there.
Right side. Clear right. On your left. Clear left.
Everybody's protecting their finish. I think, the whole field has noticed the opportunity that has presented itself here. That said, I don't really want this to turn into a parade. If I can pass Andrea here, that would be great.
P5, come on, man, keep pushing. Yellow flag, watch out.
Uh-oh. This is good.
The gap behind is now 1.2. Yellow flag.
Uh-oh, too much drift.
We're seeing lots of right rear locking.
Thank you.
The leader has just done a 101.5. That lap was a 102.3.
Got a little target fixation there. I can be aggressive on the brakes, but not quite that aggressive. I gotta calm it down and just hit my marks and wait for Andrea to drive into a wall here.
Watch your rear tyres, they're pretty cold. Your left front tyre is running hot.
That's gonna be the story of the race. Especially after roasting them on the first lap.
The leader's just done a 100.7.
Those guys are just
You've just done a
aliens.
102.3. Good lap. That's your quickest today. Relax, focus, keep it smooth. P5.
That'll help. Andrea's pushing really hard. Yeah. It's, as, I think it was John Hindhaugh said that, the main function of the rear tires on a front-wheel drive car is to keep the exhaust from
Watch your
dragging
rear
on the
tyres,
ground.
they're pretty cold.
really funny watching Jimmy Broadbent and his team running the Nissan GTR LM, the front-wheel drive prototype,
Is now
in
0.5.
the
Lap time was at 102.2.
24 Hours of Le Mans a few years ago, and I think they quadruple stinted a set of rears, and they were at 98% at the end of the fourth stint. It's just like there's nowhere.
Yellow flag.
I think that was actually the first video I watched of his was the R Factor 2, the VEC 24 Hours of Le Mans from that season, where they ended up coming in
15 minutes
third
left.
after leading in the middle of the night. That was a fun broadcast. And you know you're gonna get hooked on sim racing when you find a
Lap time was 102.6.
24-hour broadcast of a race full of imaginary race cars, and you watch the whole thing flag to flag. Just like, ooh, neat. Not in one sitting, mind you, but it only took 3 or 4 nights for me to plow through that. Uh-oh! That's not the line.
Track limits, come on.
Left side. Hold your line. Clear left. Left side. Clear left. On your right.
Yellow flag, watch out.
Still there.
Tungi
Hold your line.
tried a little bit too hard to pass me.
Still there.
It's a good battle.
Clear right.
Oh, you conceded it. Wow. Wasn't expecting that. That was a good battle. Only 4 or 6 minutes in. Oh my goodness. This is intense. This is a fun fight. Oh, game stuttered. That was a terrible exit. I've roasted my tires. Oh yeah, their Nürburgring run this weekend was spectacular. That battle they had in the closing minutes for what was it, 4th? Can you imagine being Arne, what's his face, and being, contending for 4th place in the 24 Hours of Nürburgring, and then your internet cuts out with like 5 minutes to go? Unbelievable. Just, what a heartbreak. I mean, that was some of the best racing that I've seen, real or sim, this season. And the dude's internet just gives up.
Yellow flag, keep your wits about you, mate.
Remember what I was saying about hitting the wall?
Clear left. Clear left.
Poor Andrea, my goodness.
Good move, mate.
That's gonna leave a mark. Drop back into 6th, though. He's not out of it. He's still got more than half the race to go. The top 3 have checked out on us. Anyway, yeah. And then Bailey and Coyne ran
That lap was
a different race.
102.5 P4.
I forget where it was. I meant to catch that too and just didn't have the time this weekend. But spoiler alert, they apparently won that one too. So it was a good day for DHR yesterday. I'm gonna have to catch that one. I was recorded on Twitch, I think, instead of YouTube. I finally started a Twitch account just so I can watch everybody else. I haven't broadcasted over there.
Yellow flag, caution.
Oh, these tires are roasted. Tanke is trying to catch up to me. Tangi, sorry. Can't read. Don't read and drive, kids. He says, talking to chat. Oh well, whatever. Do as I say, not as I do, or something, you know.
That lap time was 102.5.
Oh, that's a drift. Not quite Tokyo drift. He's just sitting back there waiting for me to bin it. He's just like, oh, just bide my time. A wise strategy. He has no reason to believe anything else. I've been all over the place so
10
far.
minutes left, 10 minutes to go. We're looking alright here. Keep your concentration nice and smooth. You're halfway home. Your fuel is fine. Your rears are cold. Your left front is hot. You're locking your right rear.
Really? Do I still need to push my brake bias even further to the forward? Alright, well, I'll give it a shot. Oh, Tengi's got me. He's gonna get me. It's only a matter of time.
Good consistency.
Oh, way too aggressive again.
Car right. Still there. Hold your line. Clear right.
Gotta give it to him. He earned that.
Yellow flag. Keep your wits about you, mate.
He earned that pass. He's been so clean about it. I was happy to give it to him. That was a good battle. And now he's driving away. Yeah, I was holding him up. Oh, come on now. This left front is absolutely destroyed.
That was 103.2 P5. You've got half your fuel left.
I can't make that turn anymore. I've roasted it one too many times. Of course, oh, this course is full of long sweeping lefts that just roast your left front tire on these cars. I don't think it's going to be any better on the SEAT. This is an intense little battle. I think Tanguy is going to drive away here. Unless he bins it again.
That was 102.3.
They're all going to catch me there in T1. I have to brake so hard just to make the corner because the left front is in such sorry shape.
Yellow flag.
Well,
Got 10 minutes of fuel remaining.
all it's going to take is one missed brake point from Andrea, and he's going to be right up my tailpipe, punting me into the trees. Oh, jeez. This tire is absolutely roasted.
Use all the track, force him to find the gap. That lap was at 102.6.
Ah. This is a good battle. We have Our lines are different enough that we're pulling apart and rubber banding back together all over the track. Whew. This is getting sweaty. Really like to get back into the 101s here sometime. If I can stop screwing up T1, I'll probably get there.
102.2. Focus on the exits. We can go faster here. That's your best lap in this session.
He's right up my tailpipe in T1. Problem is, if he outbrakes himself, he's going to be right into me.
5 minutes left.
He's keeping it clean so far. It's funny getting into these smaller,
Away from the guy behind. The gap's now 1.1 seconds.
these smaller grid races. Everybody's like so conscious of how special it is to have a guaranteed good position. Everybody kind of backs off and protects it. Uh-oh. Did Andrea wobble? Pulled a gap on him somehow. Oh, there's a 101.9. Cool.
You've just done a 102.0. Good lap. That's your quickest so far.
It's going to be really funny jumping into the TCR SEAT after this. Because while they are both front-wheel drives, the experience is very different driving that thing around here. Plus, it's the full course. You're a full gear lower in the SEAT than in this thing. Oopsie. I don't know how I pulled such a gap on Andrea. I wonder if he roasted his tires even worse than I did. Trying not to cough into the microphone here. Blah, blah, blah. Sorry, everybody. Still 3 minutes to go. 19 seconds behind the leaders.
1.8 seconds. That last lap was a 102.2.
There we go. Try and get some consistency here. Tanguy isn't really making his escape yet. I'm still hanging on. Uh-oh, and I say that, and then I drive into the grass. Genius. I don't think second would help there. Because they're so... second and third are so far apart in this car. I feel like I'd just bang it off the rev limiter if I reached for second in those corners. Oh, Andrea must have roasted his tires. He's falling away now.
5 minutes of fuel remaining. 5 minutes. Yellow flag. Watch out. That's 2 minutes left. 2 minutes.
Just gotta stay consistent. If Tanguy messes up, I'll be right back on him. Of course, it'll still be an issue of getting around him. Back into the 102s. Luke and Mark are 24 seconds ahead now. My goodness. Those guys.
That lap was a 102.3. Your lap times are pretty consistent.
I mean, it's only a 60-second course, Jim. How much variation can you have in a minute? Apparently a lot, since the leaders are driving away with it. Hello, hello. Welcome to the Japanese race party.
Last lap. Your last lap time was at 102.3.
Gonna finish this race up. Looks like I'm gonna hang on for 5th. Oh, thank you. Oh boy, come on. Come around. There we go. Oh, that tire is just screaming now. Whew. Hang on for 5th. I'm gonna count that as a pretty good result. And it'll definitely help out in the standings, because that is a clean 5th. I forget whether that's... I think it's like 88 points, which is just outstanding. Oh!
2 litres remaining.
One last Dorifto. Heyo! Well, that was awesome.
P4. Well done, mate. Good finish.
That was fun. Tanguy drove a great race. Andrea drove a great race. That was really fun. I'm going to try and find a safe place to pull off here and not hit anything. There we go. So, that was cool. Luke and Mark just drove away. Silvio rounding out the podium. Tanguy earned that pass about halfway through. And then Andrea coming in 6th. Now into the SEAT. Yes. Blah. Alright, so let's quit out of that. Oh, great. Dating site ads on my stuff. There we go. So, race. Let's go ahead and register first, just so I don't derp out and miss that. Let's see who's in here so far. Well, I'll just register first and see what happens. Got a few skins on here. There we go. Select. And it's going to fail to load, because of course it is. Everything on this game seems to be just freaking out lately. Alright, so who's in here so far? Fernando Silva, Mike Blaze, Russell Sobey, Javier Rodriguez. Okay, well, so... that's how that race is going to go. Those guys are all pretty great. They've been consistently at the front. Daniel Jimenez, I think I've had some good and bad races with him in the past. He's pretty fast. Standings so far in this series are pretty surprising. I've actually had a pretty good run here so far. And is this gonna load? There we go. I'm currently 5th in the championship. Had a great race at Paul Ricard. And then a good finish this week at Zandvoort at the one event that I managed to run, because this runs Monday and Tuesday. And the Tuesday time slot clashed with the Chris Hay community event, which I ran instead. That was also fun. But it meant I really had to get a good result in this, and I did. Started 13th, if I recall right, and finished in 6th, so that was awesome. That has me 5th place in the championship, so I'm looking forward to that. Got Okayama tonight and Watkins Glen for the season finale next week. That's going to be fun. I love Watkins Glen, especially in here. So go back to the race here. Got all kinds of settings to change now, because we're going to do paddle shifts instead of lever shift, because that's the way this thing drives. We're going to go to apps. Everything is still turned on to do skins. So yeah, let's cram in. We got 20 minutes until the race, so I'm still set up for practice. Okayama Grand Prix, TCR. There's no practice server, so... I have no real measure of time. against other people. Is this going to launch? No, of course it's not going to launch because it thinks Assetto Corsa is still running. So there's some kind of defect in Steam. I'll switch to the full screen layout to show it. So Steam, for some reason, thinks that every time I quit Assetto Corsa, it still thinks it's still running. So, and this has happened since yesterday, I think it was. Both Steam updated and Windows updated. So now, every time I quit AC, I have to force quit Steam and restart it. Which is going to be less than fun when I start getting into trying to reset everything for the race that's coming up. In fact, with apologies to everybody who's going to have custom skins, I am going to turn off SRS skin so that I don't have to restart the game when we get back. I'll go back to just the AC recording. So in addition to all the other wackiness, as we've seen in previous streams, the SRS skin app messes up shaders patch. So every time it downloads a skin, all the lighting effects just freak out. So you have to go wait for the skins to download, then quit AC, turn SRS skin off, go back to AC, and then it usually works. It's part of the trade-off of having a game that you can mod any way you want. Sometimes the mods don't play well with each other. But the thing about it that I have to stress whenever I say something that sounds like I'm bad-mouthing mods, they do play nicely together when everything goes right. And I was going to say, like, for all the times that I kind of laugh and badmouth things that happen in this game, the fact that we now have shaders patch and Sol and the skin app that simulates, it's basically trading paints for AC. I mean, all of this stuff that's developed by hobbyists sitting in their basement or whatever they are, doing this amazing stuff that's near enough publisher quality until it, they start fighting with each other or whatever. But the fact that we have all this stuff now is just amazing. I mean, just shaders patch and Sol working together has made this look like a 2019 release.
Air and track temps are increasing. Air temperature is now 26. The track temp is now 37 Celsius.
And now with Jim piping in, that reminds me that another mod to sing the praises of is Crew Chief. Think about the thousands of prompts that this guy has recorded, and then getting all these other people to record spotters. This is all just a fan project. This is not AC, licensed or published content for AC by Kunos. This is random people who love the game making it better over time. It's just amazing what the community can do. And it, speaks to the genius of Kunos for making this moddable platform. Yeah, 60% of the time it works every time. Now I'm roasting the tires in a slightly bigger car. And oh, by the way, the car we're now driving, also a user-created mod. It's just... Oh, and the track, Okayama, is not a Kunos track either. This is a mod. So everything you see, pretty much everything you see on the screen right now, because many of the overlays I'm using are also from mods. The leaderboard, the timing in the upper left, the tire data. Drifto! This is the drift layout, right? Alright, I'm going to concentrate and maybe get a lap in here. I expect I'll be several seconds off the leaders just because they're good and I'm just kind of a hack. So, atop... Well, we'll see how full the field is. And how full it is of really good guys. I did manage a 140 in practice earlier. I still don't have the brake point right, and I'm locking up. You know what? I bet my setup is wrong. This is a fixed race. Oh, you know what? I bet these setups are from the previous version of the mod, too. I'm going to... low or high downforce for this truck. Oh boy, that coughing can stop any time now. Woof! I'll crank it down. I think the wing is adjustable. I know brake power is, so I'm going to crank that back down to 84, because that's what I've been running lately. It's unbelievable. Whatever they did with the last version of this mod, it's like... You look at the brakes funny, and they just lock.
The pit exit is clear.
Yeah, it's tricky trying to adjust the front wing on this, or not front wing, the rear wing on this, because like at Spa, I just crank it to 0. Just because it's got so many long straights. For a track like this, I'm not so sure. I might leave it at 2 or 1. The thing is, I don't even know if it's going to be adjustable when we get to the race. Alright, cranking the brake power down means that I can now step on the brakes and not be scared of them. That's good. That should help. Oh, goodness me. Yeah, the brakes in this version of the mod are way more sensitive than they were before. It's way easier to just lock them up, and I'm still sliding into that corner. The other thing is, I think they've boosted the power as well, because there are a couple of places in here where if you're in second gear and stomp the gas, the tires just light up, and you don't go anywhere. So, this version of the car requires much more input subtlety than the previous release of this same mod. And it's way harder to handle than the Euro Cup version that Sim Racing Online has been running. If you're in the UK and like the UK time zone things, simracingonline.co.uk is a great bunch of guys. Haven't been able to run with them lately. Goodness me, what is wrong with this car? I think it's the component mounted between the wheel and the seat. That's the issue today. But yeah, Sim Racing Online, great bunch of guys. They run a really cool variety of stuff in Assetto Corsa, Project Cars 2, R Factor 1 and 2. If you race in a sim, chances are they're running a series that you might be interested in.
0.2 off your best.
So, and the one that I've been habitually running with them is the SEAT Leon Euro Cup series. We just finished our 3rd season of that. Really fun car. It's this one with less insane inputs. And that was a fun season because
2 is 11 seconds off your best.
how could I possibly be 11 seconds off my best run? Is this where I pitted? Did I pit on this lap? Is it still using the Piper timing? Because I haven't restarted Crew Chief yet?
Your lap time was 141.5. That's your quickest lap. Sector 3 times okay.
I think that's a 3rd gear corner. On the gas when you see the curbing. Up! On the gas, not on the grass, dummy. Derp. Still 12 minutes until sessions start in SRS. I can get a few more laps here. in private practice. Full on the brakes, still slid into the corner. I gotta brake super early. And then spin the tires. Man.
Sector 2 time is good.
Back into the low 141s. See if I can improve on that a little bit.
That lap time was 141.1. Good lap. That's your quickest so far. Sector 3 time is fast.
I may not be very good at this track, but I find it really fun. I really enjoy it. It's just hard. There we go. With the brake power turned down, I can really nail the brakes and not worry about just sliding into the sand. There we go. Now it feels better. Ah, and then I screwed up the exit. Dang it. I wish we could adjust the gear ratios because I feel like several of these corners are right at the edge of some of the gears in this car.
You've just done a 141.3. That puts you 0.2 slower than your best. Sector 3 is 0.3 slower than your best.
You can kind of kiss that curb and bounce off it and go faster. But if you go over it, it's like your tires are stuck on the other side, and it takes like a jerk of the wheel to get you back onto the track. It's like one of those kiddie rides where you get in the little, the little one-cylinder car, and it's on like a rail. And every time you steer too far to one side, it just bounces off the rail and throws you back on the track. Am I too old? Am I describing something that no one else has ever seen before? They had one at, I think it was King's Dominion, the amusement park near me. These little cars that you could get in. And they were on rails. So you could drive them around, and whenever you crank the wheel too hard to one side, they would just go bonk on the rail. I'm consistently in the 141s.
That lap was a 141.3. You're currently 0.1 off your best. You're 2/10.
Oh my goodness.
Sector 3.
All that braking and I still drifted through the corner. Unbelievable. Chuck, what am I doing wrong, man? Ooh, that felt better. Teach me, senpai.
Sector 1 time's okay.
Yeah, it does have plenty of torque to kind of pull you out of stuff. The Euro Cup has even more, I think. That was actually part of my strategy when I was running with SRO. I was doing a lot of short shifting and pulling out of stuff in higher gears. And there were a couple of races where I was able to win, or not win, but place much higher than I otherwise would have because I was able to subtract a pit stop.
Your rear tyres are cold.
I had 40-minute races, and I finished several of them without pitting. Whereas other people had to make a pit stop for fuel. And then I revealed my secret to the guy who was leading the championship. He was like, "Oh, is that all you're doing?" And so he instantly gained like 50 seconds on the next race because he didn't have to pit either. Yeah.
That lap time was 1:41.2. You're currently 0.1 off your best. Sector 3 is a 10th off your best.
Ooh, drift! Caught it. There we go. Get down into the 140s. This car really picks up pace as it lightens up its fuel load as well. More than I would have expected it to.
Tire temps are good.
So, a lot of times, even as my tires start cooking down, my lap times keep getting better just because it's that much faster. Yeah, I think I agree with you, especially on this course. The exits of these corners are going to be so much more important. So if you can just kind of drive through the corner and then get a good exit, especially in this complex since you're coming out on the front straight. Just wait patiently, and then once you see that curb, just mash the gas, and there we go, into the 140s, just like that. Good stuff. And the race is about to
The
go.
lap time was 1:40.7. That's your best lap in the session. Sector 3 time is quick.
Well, that worked out just in time. Cool. Theoretical is a 140.3. That's nice. Alright, how many more people have joined this race who are going to kick my butt? 10 seconds to go. I'm still ready. Oh, Mark has joined. Jose Lamela, he's good. Not a lot of people. How many? 20. Oh, single split. Single split race. Oh, you did a 139. Nice. I could probably manage it if I stopped screwing up. But, you know, that implies talent that I don't really, or skill that I don't really have yet. Is this going to run, or is it confused again? It's confused again, so I'm going to have to restart Steam. Amazing. Amazing. Okay, well, this is how this is going to go now. We're going to exit Steam. We're going to wait for... I got to show you the drama here. So, yeah, okay, we're going to force quit Steam. There you go. Now you'll find it again. It's nice, though, that Content Manager can just chill and like, oh, Steam went away? No problem. My goodness, that coughing is getting tiresome. Sorry, everybody. So back to the set of course of view. There we go. I wish I could somehow integrate AdBlock into the in-game browser and Content Manager because I'm so tired of showing these ads on my stream. Maybe I'll just turn Content Manager display off. I don't know. I feel like it adds something, at least, to let people see what I'm doing on the screen. But then I end up showing people ads on the screen, and that's kind of annoying. Let's see. Yeah, I could install the AdBlock DNS or do the... I could do all kinds of things that I'm just too lazy to do, to be honest with you. Oh my goodness. Let's see. I am in the race. I am not watching SRS skin freaking out because I turned it off.
Air temperatures now 21.
I'll let
The track
whoever that is
temperature's
go.
now 28 Celsius. Exits clear. Push.
All right. The thing about these weeklies is that they draw out just the best of the best on this site.
2 minutes to go. 2 minutes.
People who don't normally sully their experience with the hourly races will come out for these weeklies and just go nuts. To the point where, I mean, if I forget which track it was. Oh, it was Paul Ricard, the opener, where I was like, if I'm on the same lap as these dudes, I'm gonna call it a win. And I actually did okay. Oh, you're in this race. Awesome. I'm guessing you're Gene. Dual moves. Are you Turkish? That'd be cool. SRS is pretty fun. Like every other semi-public league, you're gonna have, especially at the start, because you won't have a driver rating, so you'll be stuck in all the like fourth split stuff. It might be pretty bad before it gets good, but you've got enough speed, you'll probably end up, scoring some wins, getting your rating up pretty quickly. And then once your rating is up, you'll end up getting into the first and second split stuff, and it's much better after that. Depending on how big the races are, too. I mean, this is going to be single split, so you're going to have a little bit of everything in here. P4? What? Somebody must not be taking practice laps. Oh, looks like SRS TV is here, so you can watch their live stream as well. Yeah. Yeah, Chuck, I think you do pretty well out here. Comparing our lap times on the Chris Hay races to some of the stuff on similar tracks and cars that we've done in here. I mean, SRS and Chris Hay's site ran literally the same race last week. It was Abarth at Brands Hatch. At Brands Hatch Indy. It was the same race. And if I'm not mistaken, your lap times from that race would have won most of the split one races that I was in. So I think if you join, you do pretty well. You just have to kind of survive that beginning stage where you're like in with all the other people whose driver rating is 0, you know? But I think you'd probably climb out of that pretty quickly. And they've got a little something for everything. Something for everybody. Oops, that's not the corner I brake for. Yeah, you've got these not quite hourly races, but I think it's every 3 hours. They're kind of the open races for everybody. And then in both UK and US time slots, they'll do these weekly events. Most of them are sponsored by sim racers or YouTube channels or whatever. Daniel Yonkadea, the actual professional driver, I think I'm saying his name right. He's in DTM and Blancpain GT3, and I think he's done some Formula 1 testing. I think he did F3 for a while. He has picked this site to do his like official esports stuff, which is crazy impressive considering SRS is basically a pet project of one guy. So for him to land an actual professional race driver saying, yeah, I want your platform to be my official like esports sponsored tournament stuff, it's like, okay. So that's pretty awesome. Oh, geez. That's a lot of liters. Let's go down to 10-ish laps for quali. Yeah, I love watching people play iRacing. But especially, you know, good drivers.
Pit exit's clear.
I love watching
9 minutes to
good
get the
drivers
job
play
done.
iRacing, and there are so many of them now on YouTube. It's kind of a rich man's problem trying to figure out who to watch these days. But it's just so expensive. Like, I just can't. I don't know. I'm cheaper than your average Joe, in terms of blowing money on stuff like this. But even at that, I just can't justify the investment in iRacing, particularly since, I mean, I'm not that great. Like, I would probably get into it if I did it, because just watching some of the other stuff on YouTube is like, the competition is great, the game looks great. I mean, it's getting better all the time. I'm too cheap. I just can't. Yeah. I just can't swallow the idea of spending.
The leader has just done a 144.3.
Yeah, because it's like, particularly at the outset when you're still buying all the tracks and cars you want to run, I just can't swallow the initial investment of, you know, hundreds of dollars and then doing the subscription stuff. And I mean, this complaining is coming from a guy who is already spending, what is it, $12 or $13 a month on like online RPGs. So, you know, I play Final Fantasy 14, which has a monthly subscription. So like I already have like a monthly gaming subscription budget that I have to like
P12.
consider. If I also wanted to take on iRacing, it would just be too much. Now, if I was
Yellow
good
flag,
enough,
caution.
like some of these other guys who do YouTube and sim racing, like if I was good enough to actually have donations and stuff, and maybe, you know, have that pay for the hobby, that would be one thing. But like, I haven't bothered setting any of that up, and honestly, who in the world would, I mean, I have like 30 viewers total, or 30 subscribers total ever, so it's not like I can lean on that to, you know, fund my hobby. Oh, I should have been in second there, I
Leader's
guess.
just done a 136.5. Fastest lap for Rodriguez, 136.4.
Actually, that felt way better taking it all in third. Interesting.
Yellow flag, watch out. You're a second off the pace in sector 2.
Only a second off the pace? That's good. I'm losing time behind this guy.
Car right, clear right.
Is that the same Andrea from the last race? I wasn't paying attention to the last name. That would be funny. Back off here. I don't really have a lot of space behind me, but I'm just losing time chasing this guy a little bit. Alright.
That puts you 4.0 seconds off the pace. You've just done a 140.4. Yellow flag.
Oh, okay. Well, that's another way to not be behind him. I gotta admit, I was really surprised on Chris Hayes' Discord when my profile got promoted to YouTuber status. I was like so flattered, because it's like, have you watched my videos? Like, I don't know. I mean, yes, I put stuff on YouTube that is related to sim racing, but it's not like, you know.
The leader has just done a 136.0. That's 5 minutes to go. 5 minutes.
I think I'm gonna start taking all this in third. It feels way better. I'm down under 140. I think that's what I was talking about before. Like, my setup for the track is wildly different from what SRS must be running, because I'll practice and practice, and my times will be slow-ish, and then I'll get in here and be like a second faster, doing basically the same stuff. Yeah, exactly. I'll take the promotion and, you know.
That's your fastest lap. You're now 2.6 off the pace. P8. Sector 3 is 0.8 off the pace.
I'm sitting here, like, talking and not even concentrating and just beat my PB by, like, 2 seconds. There's definitely a setup change. Between how I had the game set up and the SRS server set up.
Sector 1 is 1.4 seconds off the pace.
1.4 seconds just in Sector 1.
Yellow flag.
God, people are doing 135s in this race.
On your left, clear left.
Sector 2 is 1.2 off the pace.
You have to just roll through the corners and then just mash it on exit. But if you mash it too hard, you just light up the tires. I think this is going to be fun. I think, I mean, I just love this car so much. As much as I'm complaining about it lately, I don't know.
2 seconds off the leader's pace. That was 139.
It's still a fun car.
10th position.
And Okayama's a neat track. I think I'm gonna. I mean, unless I get punted into the fence in T1, I think the potential is here for a really good
Yellow
event.
flag, keep your wits about you, mate.
Plus, with Chris Hayes' race moving to Wednesdays in the UK time slot, that means I'll be able to do both of these races now. And also maybe even the Sim Racing Paddock event, which will
2
be
minutes to go. 2 minutes.
at 10 o'clock tomorrow. So I might do 3 races, the Abarth again, and then this one again, and then the SRP race. I forget where it is this week. I haven't been keeping up with that series just because it always collided with Chris's events. But now that Chris's event has moved, I can do all 3 races on Tuesday as well.
You've got 10 minutes of fuel remaining. Sector 2 is 0.8 off the pace.
Always assuming
flag,
that the
keep your wits
universe
about you,
doesn't
mate.
try to poop on me again. Seems to delight in that lately. I have to read that when I get on the straight. I've been sort of ignoring chat. Oh yeah? The US race is filling up? That's good.
That's your quickest lap. That last lap was a 138.2 P11.
I imagine, I mean, privately, I gotta imagine that Chris was getting frustrated with everybody saying, why don't you do US time slot races? So he finally relents and does US time slot races and nobody shows up. It's like, guess we'll have a cool track day, which, I mean, it was fun. I really enjoyed it. But for the UK race to have like 25 people in it, and then you come to the US race, it's like, hello, is anybody here?
That's half
That has to
fuel.
be frustrating.
You've used half your fuel. New fastest lap for Rodriguez.
137, nice.
35.3.
Yeah, that's
Yellow
better than I'm gonna manage today. Ooh, that's terrible. And there go the tires.
Checkered flags out. P12.
Yeah, Chuck, I think you'd do well in SRS. It's just, you know, you have to. You can't afford to take it too seriously because there are so many people who they're not trolls, they just can't drive, and they'll just bash into you. And the penalty system is so just blind. I mean, if you have car contact, you get an incident point, whether it's, you know, smashing yourself into a wall because you missed a brake point, or, you know, sliding wide and hitting another car, or what usually happens to me is I brake for a corner, the guy behind me doesn't, Gran Turismo smashes me.
You're currently 3.6 seconds off the pace. That lap time
You know,
was
like a
1:38.8.
croquet
P12,
strike, you
2
know,
seconds
it'll
off the
just
pace in
knock me
sector
over the
3.
fence, and they continue and I'm dead, you know, and I still get an incident point for them hitting me. Like, that's how that usually goes. I mean, it's, you know, you set up something that automates scoring,
Session, P12.
and you know that's gonna happen. Gross, my goodness. All right, so let's load the race setup again. Let's see. Can't actually adjust any of this. Fuel. That is way too much fuel, I think. Yeah, 20 minutes. And the times are what? 1:37. So we're only going to run probably 15 laps, I guess. I don't know. I'm going to be paranoid and leave it there. Let's crank the rear wing down because I'm feeling lucky. 84% there. Brake bias is good. Alright, let's save that as my new race setup. Save. Yep. Alright. 5 for the race on Wednesday. That's good. That's good. I think if we... You know, I've been trying to talk it up wherever I go. Just because it's such a fun community.
12, 20 minutes.
And you know, the racing is good. I think, like Chris was saying, this mix of car and track will probably be a hit. I think I would have used the Euro Cup, honestly, for this track, because the I don't know, this car kind of gets away from itself a little bit. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I think it's going to be really fun. Likewise, I think this is going to go, you know, like, if we don't just all die in T1 and T2, I think this race is going to be pretty good. Mike Blaze is up there. The other funny thing about SRS, speaking of Mike Blaze, the SRS Discord has just exploded in the last few months, with people getting on and discussing races and talking about stuff. And uh-oh, false start. You're boned.
Floor it.
Left side.
Oh, terrible start.
Still there. Clear left.
Ooh, car's flipping behind. Am I clear inside? Good. Ooh, I didn't quite catch a view of it, but just out of the corner of my eye, I just saw cars just absolutely just taking off into the sky behind us. This is where it's all gonna crumble. People looking for this break point. And not quite finding it. Oh, we all got through. Amazing. Uh-oh.
On your right. Clear right.
That's the one thing about AC, the crash physics. You're like,
Flag. Watch out.
things that would have been just tire rub in real life are like race-ending flipping crashes in this game.
Fernandez is now in the lead.
Car left.
I'm gonna have to concede this, I think.
Hold your line.
Nope.
Clear left. Car left. Clear left.
Oh!
Left side. Clear left.
Compromise my exit, so this guy's gonna get me. That was a good battle.
8th place.
Gotta leave room on the inside because that guy dive bombed me. But we all made it through. These weekly races, man, the quality of driving is so much higher than the hourlies. It really does attract some great drivers who you know, take the quality of the race pretty seriously, by and large. Sometimes they're a little too serious and they get a little carried away. But usually you get stuff like this where it stays clean, you get these great battles up and down the field. real treat. And, you know, the value proposition here is since it's,
Jimenez behind is now 0.8.
you know, it's free. You can, I think you can donate. But it's free to join, free to play. And, I don't know if, Enrique, who runs the thing, I don't know if he has like a day job and this is just a hobby, or if he's actually living off this now, but I can't imagine the ad revenue would be enough to, oh goodness me, get back on the pavement. Well, Jimenez is going to get me here, and he's going to deserve it after that.
Right side. Hold your line. Clear right. Right side.
A little bit of a dive bomb, to be honest. Yeah, I'm just going to give it to him here. We could keep fighting and keep losing time, or I could just let him go. Oh yeah, that wreck on lap 1 might have just been a netcode collision. That's what makes it even more frustrating, is sometimes they're not even actual hits, but they register as hits, and then you're just off in the weeds for no reason. And that's, you know...
The gap to Jimenez ahead is increasing. It's now 0.8.
Yeah, I gotta get my head in the game here. I'm just happy these battles have stayed clean.
The leader's just done a 135.2. That's a new fastest lap for Rodriguez. 135.2. 15 minutes left. That's 15 minutes.
See if I can get back down into the 138s at least.
That lap was a 139.0. Good lap. That's your best in the session. P9.
Staring at the screen too hard, my eyes are drying out. Ooh, he got a much better exit out of that corner than I did. I should have done more watching of other people. That's one of the things I did a lot when I was just starting out, is I'd join these races and I'd be awful. But I'd save the replay, and I'd play it back not from my own car, but from the leader's car. You know, knowing what I was doing, I could watch the leader and then go, oh, that's why he was a second faster than me in this sector. And it was usually good enough for, you know, when I got back on the next time, I'd be, you know, while maybe not a second faster, I'd be faster than I was. I'd at least beat myself. Yeah, like the first step to improving is realizing that you're messing up and someone else has something to teach you. If I can just hang with Jimenez here, might be able to challenge him later. 137. Just set a
Keep it
PB.
nice and smooth. Come on, let the race come to us. That's your best lap in this session.
Kind of have to roll into that corner and then power out of it. Look at him defending the inside like I can catch him. I'm just breaking the draft, I
Yellow
guess.
flag, caution.
You do get a pretty good slipstream off of these. bouncing off the rev limiter as the tires just light up.
The gap to Jimenez ahead is now 0.8.
Just gotta stick with him. This interval is close enough. But one big mistake could swap us back around. I mean, that's how he got in front of me in the first place, is I messed up. He's not running away. I just find some consistency here. I'll chase him down later. This is good. I'm happy with us so far.
137.5. Come on, let's put this hard work to good use. Good lap. That's your quickest today.
Man, he has taken T2 way better than I am. And I just can't make up the gap on the rest of the course. I don't know what he's doing to be so much better in there. And he's definitely gapping me through that section. Overcooked it! Uh-oh. Cooked my fronts. Heading into the tightest part of the circuit, of course. I wonder if I'm going to stray into the 136s. That would be cool.
10 minutes remaining. 10 minutes. Your lap time was at 137.4. That's half distance. The fuel's okay.
I think he's getting on the power earlier out of that hairpin, too. He's definitely gapping me now, but he's not running away still.
The gap to Jimenez in front is now 1.2 seconds.
I can get him. Well, especially if he does
Yellow
that.
flag.
Left side, clear left.
Thank you, sir.
Come on, that's the stuff.
Well, like I was saying, one big mistake could swap us back, and there it was. That's just how it goes. But now I don't have him to follow. He'd be right back on me. Eyes are drying out and getting scratchy. I'm not even wearing contacts. Although I do miss contacts a lot. Sitting here with glasses on, I'm like, ugh.
You've just done a 137.2. That's your quickest lap in this session, P8.
I think one of the things that took me so long to learn in this car is that you can't be afraid to just go ahead and slow down through the corners, because trying to carry too much speed through here, you just end up scrubbing your front tires off. Just go ahead and slow down to the point where you're not scrubbing tires, and then you can power out of the corner and make up the time. And usually get even a better exit than if you try to carry the speed all the way through. Most people probably knew that already, but it took me a while to learn it.
It's now 1.2.
My turn to mess up the hairpin. Wonder how hard he just laughed sitting in his sim rig. Like, haha. We're trading bad hairpin entrances. Oop. Dirt up ahead. Roll through this one. Light power up the hill. A little bit of brake. Roll through this. Power up. I should probably be just lifting into that, but I'm touching the brake just to be sure. Whew, this is good.
That was a 137.6. That's good consistency. Keep it up.
This is a good battle. Still close. Seem relatively evenly matched. Fernando, I think he was behind me. Yeah, I didn't gain a place there. Did I? Golly. Is my brake point moving? Am I going to have to go earlier and earlier on that? Am I cooking my brakes? I don't know. I don't remember if Assetto Corsa has brake temperature factored into the sim. I guess it's possible I might be cooking my brakes a little bit. It does not.
You've used half your fuel.
Says the person who's probably seen more of the internal math in AC than anybody else out here.
137.5.
What's up, man? Insider tips.
5 minutes to go. 5 minutes left.
Well, welcome back, sir.
Yellow flag. Watch out.
Picked a good one to come back to. This is going pretty well. I don't want to jinx it. Yeah, the tires are starting to go. It's funny, too, because... I noticed that, too, on Chris Hayes' event. Like, oh, the tires are starting to fall off. What's the life percentage on them? Oh, 98%. Like, as soon as they're not 100, they're junk.
Jimenez is closing in. The gap is now 0.9. Yellow flag. Keep your wits about you,
Oh,
mate.
who's this?
On your right, clear right.
Oh, it's not one of the leaders. It's just as well. They'd just be passing me back if they were. I think that's somebody who's laps down already. There, but for the grace of hundreds of races before this, go I.
That lap was a 138.1.
I really want to read that, but I'm driving right now. I gotta stay ahead of Daniel here. Oh yeah, they just kind of simulate the brake temps. I've heard of some sims, like, doing brake temps as, like, an effect on the tire temp. Like, the brakes heating up makes the tires heat up, but, yeah, I don't know how accurately that's modeled in this car. I mean, it's a mod, it could be doing almost anything. And the author of this mod swears up and down that he's got multiple TCR drivers actually coaching him on the physics. And I, obviously can't speak to the realism of a TCR racing car since I've never driven one in real life, but... Oh no, Jimenez binned it! Oh no!
That lap was a 1:37.
Well, that's not really how I wanted that fight to end, but I'll take it. Oh, Daniel. That was a hard hit, too. I don't know if he's going to be able to continue. Because he went nose in. Well, that's a shame. I was looking forward to that battle continuing for the rest of the race. I guess I'll just have to change my brake point here. And look at that. Driving into the corner instead of the sand. Cool. Well, the more you know. God, this car is... Oh, it's starting to... getting a little unsure of itself in the corners. I think I'm trying to push too much speed through that exit.
10 minutes of fuel remaining.
10 minutes of fuel remaining. Well, I guess I really did overfuel at the start. Rather overfuel than underfuel, and have to pit in for a splash and lose the race. Oh, gotta turn the wheel more than that.
One more lap to go. Your last lap time was a 1:38.6 P8.
I will take a P8 in this crowd. That is a huge result. Didn't quite catch Russell Sobey, who I think is my main competition in the championship. And Mark is way ahead. Mark Legudis? Legudis? I don't know how to pronounce his name, but he's in 4th and I'm in 8th, so he's going to pull out a lead over me. But I'll still, I think, be top 8. Mostly by virtue of just doing all the races. In this crowd, that's quite a feather in the cap, I think. Uh-oh. Luke disconnected. Is it the end of the race? Oh, okay. It's good. It's the end of the race. I was like, no, Luke! You're gonna lose the race that you were winning? What? But no, he'd already won. I was so caught up in just not binning it, I didn't even notice this was the last lap of the race. Whoa, jeez! That was for position! Oh, that was John! Oh, no! Oh, no!
Okay, it's over. Good drive.
Thanks, Jim. I love how even when you're not disappointed, you sound like you're disappointed. I'm like, yeah, well, we're done. It's like, my goodness, be happy with our 6th place, man. Wow, that was cool. Ah, boy. I'm tired. All right. Okay, looks like actual position was 7th. But I'll take 7th. Oh, man. Oh, man, one of the back markers was blocking. That's not very sporting. Woof. Well, that was super fun. Wow, and that's the end of that race. That was cool. I enjoyed it. I managed to pull out a top 7 in that crowd. I mean, that's something. What's the next thing? Yeah, it's heating up. Oh, 787 at Spa. Hey, 787 at Spa. Only 3 people in on that so far. You know, I'm almost tempted to give it a shot. Oh, how long is the race? Because if this is one of the hour-long ones, I don't think I can... Yeah, it's an hour. Ugh. Yeah, that was less than wonderful finish. I felt really bad. Because that was before the finish line, right? So I actually nipped you right at the end there. Ugh, that was a heartbreaker. Yeah, you ran well. That's cool. You know? Should I abuse myself for an hour doing 787s? Nah, I don't think I can take it. I'm already a bit too far gone. So let's see if the Abarth stuff is up. It is. Yeah, 30 laps in a 787 around Spa. I would definitely need a shower. 90 points in the Abarth race. That is going to be huge in the championship. And it was clean. Oh, that's awesome. What a result. Amazing. I traded these positions back and forth. I ended up finishing less than I started, but yeah. Yeah, 787 for an hour is it's just too much. What did we run for Chris's race? It was 20 laps, right? Yeah, it was 20 laps. And that felt like an hour. that was just intense. Oh, sorry, I'm too close to the microphone. Oops. It was just super intense. Oh, that's why I'm too close to the microphone. It's turned all the way up. Oh well, whatever. Yeah, I mean, I was hurting at the end of that other race. Oh, so now the standings are coming up instantly. That's cool. Let's see what I did. Let's see. Oh, that's a heartbreak right there. But clean race, 86 points, right behind Russell, who had 4 incidents. What? Did that guy hit him? Did the back marker hit him? That would be tragic, because, I mean, he clearly outdrove me. It'd be a shame to be 10 points ahead of him just because of some random jackhole getting in his way. Let's see, where am I? I'm here. Oh, look at that. Started 12th, jumped to 8th on the first lap, and then up to 7th at the end. I am happy with that. Oh, the back marker was hitting you? Oh, that's nuts. Well, just so that other people won't have to make this video, I suppose I could make it too. Let's see. Let's check out the championship standings. 6th place with 86 in that race. That's awesome. So I'll do it again tomorrow. Luke pulled out the win over Javi. We'll see how that plays out tomorrow, because they'll clearly be running against each other again. Mark got the 92, so he's ahead by 1 point in the championship. And then Mike Blaze missed a race, so he's 60 back. So he's going to need me to miss a race to catch me. Mike's a fun driver. He's a little bit gets a little crazy, but it's fun to watch. Are we down to just 6 people who have done all the races? I guess we are. Of course, we'll have lots of people joining tomorrow. Yeah, it was a fun race. I love that car. Okayama's a fun track. It's just really, really good time. Oh, I missed saving the replay of the Abarth race. Oh well, but I can keep this one. Well, now I'm curious as to what happened on that start. I don't know, but it was insane. You didn't get caught up in that, right? You were ahead of it too. You qualified what, 6th or 7th? Are you kidding me? It won't even play the... Look at this. Look at this craziness. It won't even play the replay because it thinks AC is still running. Oh my goodness. Well, I don't even know if this is because of a Steam update or a Windows update or what, but I'm going to have to bounce Steam just to get the stinking replay. Unbelievable. What is wrong with this thing? Yeah, Russell's good. I'm surprised at how evenly we've been matched in a couple of the other races. I actually passed him at Paul Ricard, which just blew my mind because I'm usually terrible at Paul Ricard. And I ended up having a really good race with him in week 1 of this series. I got to see what happened because on the first lap of this race, somebody went into the air in the back of the field, like before we even got to T1. Let's see, line off. Oh, name's on, line off. I'm gonna go to different view. I'm gonna go to the replay view here so I can get a nice leaderboard. Get the relative up there. I'm going to switch to this view. Look at that. I love this car. With the correct TCR badging for the Michelin Pilot Challenge for 2019. Just a nice touch. I mean, they don't even have SEATs in this class, but this is the class it would run in if it was running an IMSA. So I thought that was a nice little touch. Got the window banner there. Of course, guard duck. Guard duck. I just want to see what happened back here, because that was insane. It's just cars just flying into the air. I got a terrible start. Daniel was nice not to... Oh, these guys were bashing into each other at the start, and then... Whoa! Oh, that was Andrea. Oh, my goodness. So what in the world happened? He tried to shoot a gap that wasn't there, and just... So here he goes. Let's go to cockpit. Yeah. So this is... Oh, boy. Oh, boy. 3 wide in front of him. He has nowhere to go. Just nowhere to go. And just slides right into this guy. Doink. And then that knocks him to the left into Ricardo. And over he goes. Oh, no. Uh-oh. Oh, man. That's terrible. Oh, wow. And then that just sends him to the back. Last lap, last corner. Okay, so let me go back to me so I can get the lap count up here. And then go in front of me is you. Oh, my. We got Russell ahead. And then Fernandez. Oh, so this is the battle for 5th? Yeah, you guys were just ahead of me. I was 9 seconds back at this point. Having just gotten back around Daniel. So let's go back to playing full speed. We come up here. Oh no. Well, there's the back marker. Does he come into play in this battle? Oh, that's terrible. Oh no. There he is. Nan it. Nan it. Nan it. Oh no. Here we go. Oh wow, look at this. Final lap. This is 5th, 6th, and 7th separated by a hair. Boink. Oh, so that unsettled your car. Oh, you all three. Oh, no. Oh, man. Another victim of AC's collision model there. And then, whee! Oh, that's disappointing. I mean, you had a run, too. Because those two were battling each other. You had a run on them. I gotta see this from cockpit. And then... Doink. Oh, Fernandez was one of the... yeah. And then you got just the chain reaction. And then... Bonk! So, like... I think Russell had the 4 incident points. I think they all came right here. Like, because he had the contact with you, and then the contact with Fernandez. At least 2 of his 4 incident points happened right there. Oh, man. Oh, that's messed up. So how did this guy get to the back? Let's go select him. So here's Fernandez. Let's see. Oh, he started in the back. Just behind you, actually. In fact, is he ahead of me? He was the car right in front of me. Okay. Yeah, well, I mean, I'm guessing his tires are probably roasted at that point, and he had to brake harder than you guys did into the final corner, and then that just caused the chain reaction. So he goes outside at T1. Murder happening behind us. Let's speed this up. Look at that orange car lurking in the background. Hello. This was a good race down there. I cannot believe the situations that we got into, and it's as clean as it was. Oh, there he is. Oh, he tangled with... Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. What in the world? So he gets into a battle here. He catches the pack. So he catches the pack, and then Russell and Mike bang fenders coming into the tight section. He tries to split the gap, and then Russell hits him. He tries to rejoin and gets hit again. Right. He just tries to rejoin with cars coming, so he gets what he gets. I mean, and, you know, Hassar has nowhere to go. So now he's a sitting duck, and here comes the rest of the field. He's spinning his tires trying to get back in the race and drives head on into Justin. Oh, no. Oh, no. So that's 2 cars. Bam! Oh, man. So that's 2 cars taken out in that incident, and since he was on his roof, he gets reset. So that's where he lost his lap. That's where he lost his lap right there, is he got reset, so his lap 1 didn't count. What happens to this other guy? Did he also get... Oh, no, that's SRS TV in the pits. So here's Justin. He's driving along like, oh, there's a caution flag? I wonder what's going on. Doody. Ah! And he just head on into him. So then he has to wait for everybody. He gets back on course. And I guess he just continues from there. But man, what, talk about being a victim of circumstance. Yeah. Yeah, the collision model on this thing, when these cars catch air, the tires stay on the ground and the rest of the car goes into the air, so you get this weird, like, disembodied tire effect. Let's see if... Is there a static camera? Yeah. There's another guy off in the weeds. Boom. Oh, man. That's funny. Well, that explains that. Oh, man. There are 5 TV cameras in Okayama? Alright. Oh, man. Well, the learner badges aren't coming off anytime soon, but that was a good run. Happy that I was able to hang on to Daniel there. Oh, when was the... What lap was it that he disappeared? I guess it was towards the end. Oh yeah, here we go. What in the world happened to him here? Because he was catching me. Did he catch the curb? What do you call it, the curb? Yep. Oh, the curves. Oh, that was it. Yeah. Yeah, I passed Daniel. He messed up the hairpin. At the end of the back straight, he overshot, and I got around him. So I wish I could say, yeah, here we go. It's actually coming up right here. I wish I could say this was, you know, on track overtakes only, but I braked and he didn't quite, and so he just slid wide coming in here, and I just, thank you, sir, yoink, and he recovered and was able to catch me back up, especially since I made almost the same mistake on the very next lap. See if we can catch that. Here we are coming out of the hairpin. Go back to yeah, I was able to, you know, I was braking earlier, and then I mess it up and almost slide off, but I managed to gather it up. So I was able to duck through and gain the place, and then yeah, he was stuck back there and hit the curb. And that was that. And then once he spun into the wall, that was it. But yeah, that's good. Look at that car. Clean car. That was the big deal. Both races with 0 points, or 0 incident points. That's some kind of miracle. But yeah, I mean, that's the kind of night. If I had some 1, 2, 3 funk action going on, I'd be playing right now. But you know, that's as good as a win as far as the championship goes. That'll keep me in the hunt. 2 very fun races, and made even better because I have actual viewers now. That's awesome. So thanks everybody. But I think that's where I'm going to call it. It being already 10 o'clock here. But yeah. Moral victories at least. In this crowd, I mean, any kind of top half of the field finish is a big deal. So I'm happy with that. It was really fun. So yeah, that'll do it. Thanks for watching this double dose of Okayama, and I think I'll do it again tomorrow if nothing else wacky happens. It might even be a triple header. Oh, let's see what the race the Sim Racing Paddock Weekly tomorrow. It's the GT4 Cayman at what? Scroll down, scroll buttons. It is at Laguna. Ooh. Somebody's already registered for it. It's like, it's a day from now. It's like, I'm not going to bother with any of this other crap. I want to run the GT4s. Laguna Seca. Oh, that'll be fun. Yeah, I'll do all three. I'll do all three tomorrow. And that'll be good. I'm out of the running for that championship, but it's a fun car, and that'll be good. So yeah, I'll do all three of those tomorrow. And so if you like what you saw, you can come back and do that. Yeah, thanks to you too for the race. That was fun. It was a good run. Sorry, bad luck there right at the finish, but that's how that goes sometimes. So yeah, thanks everybody for watching. Leave a like on your way out the door if you liked it, and if you didn't, well, sorry. But that's the way it goes sometimes. And well, that was fun enough. We might do this again tomorrow, and the pressure will be off for a good finish because we just got some. So fun times, and we'll do it again. Later, everybody.